morning, guys. It's day 13, we back. Feeling great on day 13. Probably kickstart the week. I got my coffee on me. I'm motivated. And I've been thinking about some things, that I want to share with you guys. So, this path of semen retention, right, it's going to give you the ability to tap into any vibration that you're really interested in. It's like we've established, semen retention is simply the tool that allows you to work in multiple different fields. It's like a special tool. A tool that can be oriented towards whatever your mind sees as important or wants to draw towards. Let's put it like this. Like, before you started semen retention, if all you were thinking about was, I want women attraction, I want female attraction, I get no huzz, I want huzz. Of course, when you get on semen retention a lot of days, you're going to start attracting a lot of women. Right? That's the vibration you're tapping into. That's the frequency that your energy is being put towards. And then when your energy crosses a certain threshold, your body, your mind, your field is going to figure out a way to get that done for you, right? Because now you're increasing gravity in the field. You have like the majority pull in the field. So what you're pulling for is going to come to you. That's the way I see all that law of attraction stuff. Right? It's not just, if I sit in my room and I think really hard and I rub some crystals together, then maybe I'll get some action. Yeah. If you're doing that, you're done off. You're cooked. Right? But that's the way we need to see this practice of semen retention, is whatever you put towards it, whatever vibration is most prevalent in your field, that is what's going to be pulled towards you. It can be towards other things. It can be towards fitness, right? If you're interested in fitness and you also do semen retention, you know that it's very easy for you to become a bodybuilder, right? Like you're going to lock in on the gym. You're probably going to get into really good shape very quick if you're on a high amount of days and are working out consistently. It's really like the super soldier serum, right? Of course, genetics and stuff like that play an important part, but aside from that, right? In terms of the portion you can control, you're going to have complete control over it. Now, why do I bring this up today? Well, it's because I want to talk about something that kind of acts as an overarching balancer to both of these, or to all of these possibilities that are capable with this tool of semen retention or I should even say this fuel of semen retention as the backing principle, right? And that is the balance between the light and the dark, right? The dark triad, the light triad. Have you ever heard of those things, right? These psychological raps that are used to describe good versus evil traits and evil aspirations and goals, right? Now, what we decide to do with our semen retention energy corresponds to these and can actually be placed in underneath either one of these umbrellas, because it's very easy to fall into the mind frame of wanting to dominate, manipulate your circumstances when you get on very high streaks, and it's because it's kind of easy to do that. There's been times where I've been on high streaks. I remember, like, when I say I've been on multiple long streaks, and I'm talking about 50 days. If I say long streak, I'm talking minimum 50 days. And I've had more than 4 of those, more than 5, I think. And I think on my first or second very long streak, I was around 60 or 70 days at that time as well. And look, I just felt on top of the world. Like, you kind of feel like you're in complete control of your state. You feel very zen. You're literally trying to put your friends on. I was going around, I'm like, guys, like, I don't know if you know, but I stopped eating my meat, and they're like, well, who cares? Like, shut up, bro. And I'm like, yo, it's life changing, right? Like, you don't understand how amazing I feel. I can operate off of like 1-2 hours sleep. I'm acing all of my exams. All of the girls are in love with me. Like, it's so free. And they wouldn't believe it. They didn't believe it until they saw it themselves, like at a party that we were at or something. And just to cut a long story short, I was getting flooded and surrounded. Like, it was low-key unfair, right? And I think one of my friends started picking it up after that. But look, it's going to be super easy to take advantage of your natural energy and just get exactly what you want, what you're looking for, you know. Granted, you take the actions, but it's going to work pretty smoothly for you if you're doing semen retention diligently, and you're not just constantly edging and stuff, and you also, you know, clean your mind a little bit. Not saying that you would have to go the perfect path to get these things, but generally you're moving in the right direction, right? And it can be very, very difficult to stop yourself from using these abilities for personal gain and manipulative opportunities, whether that be with girls or other people, or, you know, business opportunities. Yeah, it's very simple. So why do we over here, why do we prefer to do it the good way? Why do we not just want to go and get what we want and call it a day, right? We're all about ambition and winning here, right? Like, yeah, this is the ambition channel, and even though it's Christ focused retention, it's like, yeah, we still want to be winners over here, right? So what? Are you saying that you would accept the loss if it means that you're adhering to Jesus' will? Is that what you're saying, CC? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I would do that. But more importantly, I'm saying that you don't need to bend to the dark forces to actually get a win, right? You can actually use your abilities to aid other people. And when you're helping others, it is coming back to you 10 to 100-fold. Now listen, I'm not talking about karma, although I am talking about inputs and outputs again. What you sow is what you reaped. But at the same time, you putting that energy out there, it is going to return. Just on the basis of the law of conservation, the person that you're dealing with is going to be boosted and rejuvenated. And that, seeing that feeling, seeing that you've been able to help someone else to progress, gives you a sense of inner peace and a sense of inner joy, which allows your state to be more purified and allows you to attack your tasks with even greater discipline, even greater focus, and even better mindset, right? So when I talk about the light versus dark triad, this is not coming from someone who's never been tempted by that or thought about that. Of course, I've been in situations where I wanted to have complete control, right? I'm on a high streak. I'm like, oh, no one around here is like me. I see some semen retention creators talking about they feel like gods, and they feel like they're walking with the gods. I'm like, yeah, I can get why you feel that way. You know, I'm on day 13 and I feel amazing right now. My energy's through the roof. I love the way I'm talking. I love the way I'm relating to people lately. My family, friends, girls, co-workers, everything. Like, all of my interactions have been pretty cool the past, especially in the past 5-6 days, I would say. And I know, like, you know, I'm used to these things because I've been here before, and I know that I can really just reach my hands out and try and grab onto some puppet strings if I wanted to, right? And play around and do a little Muppet show, right? I could do that, but it's going to backfire. It backfires every single time, and I'm at a point where I'm not gonna pretend like it doesn't, and I'm not gonna try and convince people that it doesn't. Yo, we got all these red pill guys and all these manosphere creators. They're already doing all of that for me. They're already trying to convince you of something that just isn't true, and they're leaving out the most important part. Yeah, they have some cool talking points, and I wouldn't even say cool. They have a couple talking points that are objectively true. Some general statement like women different from man. Like, yeah. That's in like the first page of the Bible, right? They don't talk about the higher things that can ascend you as a man. Like, they say focus on your self-improvement, then they only talk about girls, you know? I hope I'm not being a hypocrite on that. That's literally why ever since I made that women video, and it became my most viewed video in this series, I just started talking about God again nonstop. So I'm like, no, this is not going to become who I am. But this is not who I am going to become. Or Jesus maxing over here constantly. But yeah, guys, don't fall into the trap of letting your powers corrupt you, right? You know, we got the textbook superhero. We got Clark Kent. We got Superman, the GOAT, Kal-El. We got the Goku archetypes, right? And if you want a little bit of an edgier archetype, we got the Batman archetype, right? But these guys, they still stand for what is right every time. That's the type of guy I want to be. And then we got, you know, these new things that portray what it would be like if you allowed the power to corrupt you, like Homelander from The Boys. If you're familiar with that show, look at Homelander. Yeah, he's all powerful, but deep down, he's also very, very weak. He's very soft at the interior, you know? And all it's going to take is the right storm to knock over that house. You know, I'm about to cook. In Matthew chapter 7, at the end of the Sermon on the Mount by Jesus, he talks about a man who builds his house on a rock foundation versus a man who builds his house on the sand. And when the man who built the house on the rock faced the storm, it did not blow over. Rain, storm, hurricanes came, and it did not blow over. And then when the house built on the sand faced a storm, it took a fall, and a great fall it was. So make sure that your foundation is solid. What are you building around with this practice? What are you aiming towards? Yeah, that made some good sense. I'm locked in, guys. Day 13, we're going to 14. Effortless, effortless, effortless. We'll talk soon.